Okay. So there's a little bit of a delay. All right, so what we're going to look at right now is we're watching him. He's on the bottom of the screen. His attributes that are important to remember that you can sort of emulate and you sort of respond to is that he has a very quick release at the line of scrimmage. All right. So you have a pen and paper? All right, so why don't you write down Michael Gallup, then dash, WR dash, means wide receiver, obviously. I need some more cereal over here. Where's my cereal at? And then dash, Colorado State. All right, that's your title. And then the date, whatever, what's today's date? Cinco de Mayo, 5/5. All right. And then under that, traits to emulate. Do you know how to spell emulate? I don't know how to spell it. Emulate. E-M-U-L-A-T-E. E-M-U-L-A-T-E. All right. So the first thing you want to write down is quick release at the line of scrimmage. I usually abbreviate line of scrimmage to LOS, capital L, capital O, capital S. LOS. Hello, Black America. Isn't that a song, right? Hello. It's LOS, capital L, capital O, capital S, line of scrimmage. All right. So the number one trait is that quickness at the line of scrimmage, quick release at the line of scrimmage. The next one that we're going to write down is avoid, reroute, and release collisions. Reroute collisions, right? Okay. And then the next one we're going to write down is quickness converting cuts. Okay. And then the last one is catching away from the body. All right. So the first one that we're going to notice here, so we're going to watch the film. I already started to roll it a little bit if you look at the screen. So he's just running a speed out here. It's about a 5 yard, 6 yard, 7 yard speed out, something like that. What are we at? 5. Yeah, it's about a 7 yard speed out. So what he's doing is, again, he's just, his release is very vertical. He drops his hips quickly and he gets out. So notice that it's a timing based route. It's off coverage. It looks like it's cover 4, right? And then the other thing to take into consideration here is there's no collision at the line of scrimmage. There's nobody that's trying to reroute him or anything like that. It's a free release. So you want to try to you want to sell your vertical because that's essentially what they're trying to defend. And then you're going to break right underneath that guy. You see what I'm saying? So that falls under the category of quickness at the line of scrimmage or release at the line of scrimmage, right? So we're gonna write that. We're gonna rewrite that. Quickness at LOS, and then dash. Let me know when you write it. All right, quickness at LOS dash. Know the coverage. And break off the pattern accordingly. So in the instance of a speed cut, you're really not trying to make any double moves or anything like that. It's all timing. It's timing based. You watch the quarterback. They know pre-snap that the ball is going there, right? Watch the quarterback here just for a few seconds. See how he cuts it out? Bang, zip. I mean, they knew that was going there before he even threw it, right? So as he throws it, nice easy angle towards the sideline. There's nothing stressful here. Nobody looks like they're working super hard. It's all controlled. You see what I mean? And then the other thing we want to notice about this release as well is notice that he starts just about the middle of the numbers. You see that? And then he really bends it out as he gets to the stem, and there's no hard cuts whatsoever. So, so what we want to watch though is see how he catches the ball away from his body. That allows him to catch the ball early and then secure it early, so that way he can bring his feet down inbounds, because again, it is you're working with tight spaces here. So you want to be able to catch the ball early so that way you can get your feet down and establish your catch before you run out of space. Do you see what I mean? So why don't we write that down as well? Just write catch it early. So you can work your feet early. So if you watch the film here, let's see him turn it down to about half speed. See, watch how he catches the ball away from his body, and he brings it in, and he keeps it away from his body as well as he's catching the ball, just because it's almost like a stabilizer for him. You see that? So it almost like helps him keep his balance. Do you see what I mean? So the other point of that is that you have to have pretty strong hands in order for that to happen, because your body a lot of the times is like, you know, like when you catch the ball, your body is like an anchor point to the ball. So if you like look at the screen right here, like sometimes if you catch the ball here, there's only 2 points of pressure. It's your left hand and your right hand. But if you catch the ball with your chest, if you catch the ball and then bring it into your chest, you have your left, your right, and your chest. So it's 3 points of pressure. But the problem with that is that you can't really gain your balance if the ball's into your chest, because you know, like better than I do probably, that sometimes when you're down those sidelines, it's like walking on a tightrope where you have to kind of keep your hands out to keep you balanced. So it's just about having tough hands, that's all. All right. Let's move on to the next play. All right, so here he is lined up, catching the screen. And see how quick he comes out of there? You should see it in a second here. So that's the important thing that you want to try to keep in mind too here, is that when you get the football, you want to burst out of there like a cannon. You know what I mean? So it's, again, that goes back to quickness at the line of scrimmage, right? What was that, our first point? It's just, your job as a receiver is to create as many yards as you possibly can early, and then do what you can with the ball after. You know what I mean? So, like Coach Willie will tell you, you know, okay, we're just looking for 5 yards here. Well, if you get 5 yards, first you got to get your 5 yards. And then whatever you do after that is bonus. You see what I mean? So that right here on this screen, you know, he's supposed to get maybe 3 or 4 yards here, and it's supposed to be a tackle. Well, he got to his 3 or 4 yards, and then he really kind of slices and gets over the block. Zip. And then he gets 9 yards. You see, so that's a bonus. That's a 4-yard bonus. Not afraid to block either. I'm sure you'll see it in a second here. Give me 1 second for it to catch up. So he kind of comes out. What kind of block release would this be? Do you remember the blocks that we had? Yeah. You'll see it in a second. Yep. Just a simple straight up stock block. And again, it's not a trail, it's not a man runoff, right? Remember how we went over the man runoffs, the cracks, the just basic stocks, stuff like that. This is just a mirror block where he comes out and mirrors the guy. You see again, and they're telling their offense, okay, we want to get to about, you know, we want to get about 7 yards out of this play. So that's where he sort of sets his feet. You know what I mean? And then he does a good job engaging. Just a little refresher on that. Oh boy, the quarterback just got bopped. You see that? Underthrown ball. Good play by the corner there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! They just showed the other angle. Wait till you see the other angle. Yeah, that's bad. Did you see the back end zone angle? Yeah, that was. Oof. You got destroyed. That was bad. All right, so now he's going to be at the bottom of the screen. Give it a few seconds here. To catch up. Wow. I mean, you want to talk about a timing cut. It's called a banana route. You run that in Madden all the time, I bet, don't you? Watch this. You know what I'm talking about? Where the inside guy runs the flat, the outside guy runs the, it looks like a post, and then he breaks it back out. Right there. That's a good timing route. Again, quick release. Don't get touched at the line of scrimmage, right? That's what he does here. He gets vertical. He doesn't have to bend in too much because it's not a super contact. It's actually a bail technique. So a bail technique is when the corner, it looks like it's going to be press, but then he bails out and it's actually deep responsibility. Does that make sense? So that's called a bail technique. So the corner's in a bail technique, so it looks like you may have to fight through some press coverage here. But what ends up happening is that guy bails out of there. And then, again, you're just looking to bend it out and see how he keeps the ball away from his body. He catches it early, and then he keeps his balance and keeps both hands on the football. That was perfect right there. Really good receiver. See, and wait until you see this angle here. It doesn't look like he's working very hard. Watch. Yep. See, that's the good thing about Gallup is that he's one of those. So at the Senior Bowl, he was wearing number 84 actually, for the practices. And when he was lining up, his posture, his technique, his physique, the way he released reminded me a lot of Antonio Brown. And the fact that he was wearing number 84, that didn't hurt either. You know what I mean? And so he's one of those guys that he's really a game changer. But you're going to see this angle here. Just look at how easy it looks like he's working here. You see what I mean? You'll see a good angle right here. So he doesn't look like he's stressed out, does he? Yeah. All right, so next play, he's going to be lined up at the top. Next play, he's lined up at the top here. And he's just running, again, easy release, nothing there. When there's nobody in your face, there's no reason to go left or right, right? So you're going to get your yards when you can. A bad throw, but a great pattern here on a post. So you see, and again, I actually was going over this with Jake the other day with this release where, like a second level release, you're going to see how it's off coverage, and he stems the guy out. And just, again, you're not looking to make hard cuts. It's all speed stuff. So you're just making nice, smooth, easy cuts. And you bend it inside the guy and then get to your point. Bad throw by the quarterback, though. He was under a lot of pressure there. Guys, to the top of the screen, some red zone stuff. Strong hands. That's what you need to have. You'll see the next play. All right, so this is what we're talking about now. So go back on your list and let's count through 1 through 4 real quick. What's number 1? Quick release in the line of scrimmage. Has he done that yet? Boom. Check. What about number 2? What's number 2? Yep. So we saw on that banana route that he ran that was avoiding the reroute and avoiding collision. And again, because it was a nice, easy, free release, he's able to not work super hard, and you can manipulate your body, and you manipulate the defender and move your body very easily. What's number 3? Yep. So it's very quick, very easy. That's what we're about to see next. And number 4, catch away from the body. Okay, so we're about to see 3 and 4 right now. So what this is he's going to come out, he's going to hit his spot, he's going to see that it closed, and he's going to find a new window. Ready? And then very smooth, easy cuts, easy transitions, and then finds the ball and makes a tough catch. See, watch how strong hands. Rip that ball out of the air. See how he ripped the ball? Zip. And again, use your body as an anchor point. Don't let that ball come out of there. All right, on to the next one. So this is just a little spot concept. And again, it's all about just finding the easy, not working too hard, keep your feet moving. See how he kind of finds a little soft spot? Yeah, it's like it's basically, it's called a spot concept, where you have a vertical corner, a vertical seam with a flat to the sideline, and then a quick hitch or a slant hitch by the outside guy. You know, and you can kind of change it up where the outside guy runs the hitch or the inside guy runs the hitch, and then the outside, you know, vice versa or whatever. But yeah, this is typically called a spot concept, where you're just looking for a little spot. You slide under that little reroute that just happened, and you sit, and you sit, and then you fight for yards. And that's a good, you know, setting up a 2nd and 10. That's a 1st and 15. You know what I mean? So get something going. You know, it's very easy. The big thing here is just turning away from. I mean, look at he essentially broke 1.5 tackles here, because that guy had him right there. He broke that. And then the next guy had him as well for a gain of about 3, and then he fought for 4 or 5. You see what I mean? Ooh, tunnel screen. See, this is where the elusiveness and avoiding contact comes into play right here. Watch on the screen. See how he evades all the contact? That's what you want to do as a receiver. You don't want to get hit. Like that's where it comes down to, okay, watching film is so important, because now you know, all right, I know that if they're in, let's see what coverage they're in here. Looks like they're in cover 3, which means 3 deep and 2 inside linebackers, right? So we got our 2 inside linebackers that are inside the hashes, 1 and 2. Wait till you see the circle thing running. You're gonna see it. So you're gonna see my mouse like moving around. That's our two inside linebackers that you have to worry about in cover 3, and know that they're both defending the hash, so that when you catch the ball in the tunnel, you know that those linebackers widen to this hash and to this hash, right? And so when he catches the ball, he's gonna basically split those guys. Watch. And that comes down to knowing the coverage and knowing where to go with the ball before you have to. You see how he splits the guys, and then the only guy he has to beat is the middle field safety. And then he makes that guy miss as well. So that's a great gain, 2nd and 15. But again, why did that play happen? Why was he able to make something out of nothing there, do you think? Yep, and he knew the coverage. He knew where the ball was going to go before it. You know what I mean? He's like, all right, it's cover 3, which means this linebacker. Let me give it a second. Means this linebacker is going to be playing this hash. This linebacker is going to be playing that hash, and I can split these 2 middle guys. You see what I mean? And that's exactly what happens here. Give it a few seconds, and you'll be able to see it again. Now, if it was like cover 2, that would mean that this guy in the middle would stay in the middle, right in between the hashes, but he didn't. He widened. You see what I mean? So that's why it changes. Your ball carrier path changes according to your ball. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you got to know the coverage. You got to be able to recognize that, because you can't just go out there and react. You know what I mean? Because if you go out there and react, eventually you're going to run into players that are better than you. And if you're just going to go out there and react, then they're going to react better than you, and then they're going to beat you. You see what I mean? So you got to have a plan before you start moving. And then that plan may adjust accordingly. You know, maybe they rotate to a cover 2. It's like, okay, well, at least I know that if it is cover 2, that I can go this way instead of that way. Don't just go out there running for no reason. That's the worst thing you could do. Oh boy. Okay, wait till you see this next play. Strong hands. The quarterback's going to set you up like that. You just got to catch it, right? That's, you know, some of these quarterbacks, right? But again, that's strong hands, right? And they gave him a free release of the line, I think, yeah? Well, because he was in motion. He was in motion, so. Who are they playing? Oregon State? Yeah, Oregon State. All right, you're going to see another screen here, I think. Yep, screen. And again, knowing the coverage. Knowing that it's off cover 4 in the red zone. It's like, okay, I know they like to play cover 4 in the red zone. I know that we're getting that cover 4 look. I know during practice, when that corner was off, that I could split inside that linebacker and outside of that, inside of that corner and outside of that linebacker, which is exactly what happens here. So it's cover 4. That linebacker was inside the hash. I know that I can stick to this guy's butt and then find a way, right? Right here, you're about to see it. I know I can stick to this guy's hip because pre-snap, watch pre-snap. Pre-snap, our flat defender is way inside here. Right here. I'm going to circle him with the mouse. So our flat defender is way inside and tight to the line of scrimmage, which means if I take the ball up the hash and it's cover 4, I'm going to stay inside my corner and outside the linebacker. And that's exactly what he does, and he doesn't get touched. Until what? Until 8 yards or whatever. And then again, you just use your body to gain the extra yards you can. Wow, that was a tough hit too by that safety. Did you see that safety? Watch the safety come flying down too. You see this? What? I ran it back. Yeah, that's a big hit. But again, it's, look how he got low. He got underneath the hit, right? That's all you're trying to do. What's that? Yep. All right, so now we're getting more physical in the red zone, like within the 10-yard line. So they're switching up their coverage a little bit. You're going to see the bottom of the screen here. Wait till it catches up. Yep. Bottom of the screen looks like it's going to be man-to-man coverage, although that corner's looking inside, so it may not be man. But again, what Gallup does a good job of is recognizing the coverage. You see he gets to a balanced stance. and he's able to kind of cut in front of that guy, right? Yeah, more than likely, where it's zone up top and then man down low. Mm-hmm. Looks like exactly what that is, yeah. See how he cuts him off, though? On the block. Gets his hips around. And then after the play, he says, damn, bro, you got to cut your nails. Watch. Watch. You'll see it. You know that in basketball, that happens all the time. It's like, man, cut your nails, bro. All right, here's a perfect example of what we were talking about. What number is that? Number 3, where you avoid contact at the line of scrimmage, or number 2? Stop blowing my nose. Yeah, so here's a perfect example of that. You're about to see it. It's press coverage, but he gets away from it. Oh my God. Look at that separation. Again, because where did it start, Cam? Where did the separation start? At the line of scrimmage. That's where it all starts. Right there. Boom. Give him a little quick outside move inside. Bad thrown ball. He probably should have caught that, but you know what? That was nice. That was a nice move right there, right? So he gives him a upfield move, staggers it back in. When I say staggers it, it's like when your feet... So right now he has a huge stagger with his stance. So you're about to see his feet. So he creates a stagger. He releases. He gets outside like he's running a fade. Gets balanced, then re-staggers. And then releases upfield. And he doesn't even get touched. Look. That's why the separation started here, right here. Because what happens is, watch this DB. We're going to write this down too. Write this down. Get the DB to stand still on your release. And then write in like parentheses, vertical. And then end parentheses. So if you're running a vertical and you want to get by this guy in man coverage, the best thing you can do is get that guy to balance out his feet and then stay still. You don't have to write all that, but and the parentheses, obviously. So here you go. Right here is where he freezes him. He had his feet stopped. You're about to see it. Hold on. Just got to catch up a little bit. Boom. See how he's frozen? That's where it starts right there. And he runs quick enough where the guy can't get his left hand or his inside hand, this hand right here, can't get up because he's so stuck trying to get his balance back. And then he gets right by him. And that's where this separation starts, is at the line of scrimmage. And number 6 is like, oh, Lord have mercy, thank you. You know what I mean? Because he got fried. Number 4 got fried too. Watch number 4. The safety. Whoa. So, let's watch it from this angle again. So you got the guy frozen. Right there. This is where he freezes him. You'll see it in a second. There's a little bit of a delay, right? There. You seeing how it's frozen? Right there is where he beats him. Right there. Because why? Because he got him balanced and he got him what? Stuck, right? He got his hips stuck. You know what I mean? So that's what you want to do, is you want to get that guy, you want to get him frozen, you want to get him stuck essentially. And you know how that movement goes. It's like in basketball when you're trying to, what's the situation? Like you're trying to like say somebody sets up on a 3-point line, right? And they're trying to go over the top of a screen, and then they cut, and you get stuck because you're kind of going like forward or the other way. You know what I mean? And they blow by you on the cut. You're like, oh my god. You know what I mean? Because it's like I feel like my hips got stuck. That's what happens here. His hips get stuck, and then see you later. Arrivederci. Wow. Yeah, he's like, damn, my quarterback is booty. That's what he's saying to himself. I don't know. Dallas, yep. Whoa. Got a whole mouthful of turf there. I know. Oh yeah, it's sort of goofy. All right, so now he's lined up in the bottom. Another screen here. Let's get this guy the ball. I mean, come on, look at that. Because again, we got the same situation where it's cover 6 now, which is 4 on one side, and it looks like it's cover 6. Oh, let me see. Let me do the math here. 4, 3. No, they got a 7-man box. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be cover 3 with man up top over here. So what it is on the bottom of the screen, you see that it's off coverage. What are they giving him, like 10 yards or something like that? So you see that you have a tight end right here, and you see that it's cover 3, and the force defender or the flat defender is outside leverage. So you know that, okay, I'm just watching to see if this guy gets his hips bent, and he does. So that means I'm going outside of him. Boom. And it's just a one-on-one, you know. You got to just win the one-on-one, fight through the guy that's covering your shoulders, you know. Let's actually write that down. Best way to win a one-on-one. Just write a little asterisk, or whatever, or star. Best way to win a 1v1 open field and then like a equal sign. Don't run towards help. And then right in parentheses, the defender's help. So don't run towards help. And then fight through a shoulder. So fight through a shoulder means like don't try to run him over and don't try to run away from him. You want to fight through the shoulder because the shoulder is like a door. You know what I mean? It'll turn. And if you can get him to turn, you can get those yards that you need. See, like right here, he does this. He did that in the red zone screen as well. Remember when the safety hit him? He got under that safety. That's what we're talking about right here. Where are we? Where's that screen? Right here. This is a perfect example of that. So here's your 1v1. So don't run towards the defender's help. So that means don't run towards the sideline because that's help. And don't run towards these guys because that's help. So you want to stay right here in this lane between the bottom and the... Remember we did that with Eri? Stay in between the bottom of the numbers and the sideline, or vice versa. If your bottom of the numbers up, stay in between the hash and the top of the numbers. So that's sort of the same thing. So again, here's your 1v1. You see that his outside shoulder is opened up. So you just fight through that outside shoulder. Bang. You see that? And again, it's not a hard collision. That's not a hard collision. He ends up getting 5 or 6 extra yards out of it. Because if this guy makes a clean tackle right here when I freeze it, hold on, no, that's not it. Hold on, let me see. You'll see it in a second. So right here, this is where the tackle is supposed to occur, right there. How many yards is that? A 2-yard gain? So because Gallup knows how to attack the shoulders instead of just try to run through them or run around him, he attacks the... Yeah, look. So he went from being where this yellow guy is right here to attack the shoulders, and he got to, oh geez, he got 7 yards out of that when he was supposed to get tackled for 2. You see what I mean? That's why he's in the NFL. You know what I mean? That's why. He knows how to attack the leverage. Let's watch a little bit more of this guy here. Oh, what the heck is this? Have you ever seen the old Karate Kid? These are goofballs. Look at, these guys are back. You see that? That's weird. This is the same people, yeah. They're just old. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now we're going against Wyoming here. So now it's a little bit more physical contact. Now I want you to look at this guy right here. And tell me that's not Antonio Brown lined up right there. Bottom right there. You see him? Boom. See, again, physical. See how quickly he avoids that contact on the slant? Zoop, get inside the shoulder. Look at the space. Is that an RPO there? Yeah, that's an RPO. That was actually a bad read. Yeah, you should have thrown the slant. You should have thrown the slant on that RPO. Oh my God. That was... Watch this pattern. Did you see that? A back shoulder fade, a back shoulder dime. Look at that. Zip. So again, you notice that he avoids the contact. He's getting vertical. He's already got his guy beat, right? I mean, right here, he's got him beat. And then see, so now that means that this defender has to keep going north. He has to keep running. He's like, oh, crap, I got to catch up. And at that point, you're like, okay, I'm going to stop my feet because this guy's going real deep. You know what I mean? And again, it's all timing. The quarterback knows he's stopping, but the defender does not. You see what I mean? So that's the play design. Oh, my goodness. Lord have mercy. What a pattern. Jeez. So here's our fake stock fade. So you're going to see him get balanced and then blow by him. Come back to the ball. Gets his hands on it, but a good play by number 9. Probably could have pushed him down a little bit more. A little bit more of a push off. You know what I mean? All right, top of the screen, next play. So we got a sideline fade again. And look, he's engaged with his guy the whole time. You cannot be afraid to block as a wide receiver. You got to block. Watch this. Watch the end around. How long is this play? So they get engaged. They get engaged right here. So the clock says 10:01. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000. He's blocking him for 6 or 7 seconds there. You see what I mean? That's an eternity. I mean, you think 3-second violation in basketball feels like a long time. Look at that. Great job there. I mean, he gets, it's 3rd down and 5, but see, again, he knows the coverage, pre-snap right here. Okay, so he knows that it's a, looks like it's 2-man or 2-zone. Looks like it's 2, yeah, it's 2-zone. So he knows that the corner's flat in the hard right here, right? and he's probably going to be outside leverage. So he's got to split these two guys right here. That's his job, right? The only problem was it was kind of a bad catch, I think. What happened here? He bobbled it? I don't know why he took so long. No, it's just a good tackle. You know what he could have done there? He could have come to the ball a little bit more. Watch. See, instead of waiting for it, he could have attacked it. Yeah. Yep. No, exactly. I know what you mean. Right in between those two guys, that alleyway. You see? That's a great tackle right there. Who's number 5? Who are you fighting? Number 5. I gotta just write a note of him down. Number 5 went on cornerback. Keep an eye on him. That's a really good tackle. Right. Oh boy, that was messy. See right here, you're about to see him. He gets a little bit confused here. He's not sure what the play is, I don't think. Block. Yep. Strong hands. Strong hands through contact. There we go, right here. Here's a perfect example of that. Quick release. Sometimes, again, so last game, you're going to notice a trend. So last game, it was about the smooth, quick, speed cuts, no contact, soft coverage. This game, they're being more physical. The corners and the safeties and the nickels and the linebackers, they're being more physical, right? So that's when you bust out the hard cuts. You know what I'm saying? So what this is right here, here's a perfect example of that right here. He's gonna actually initiate contact, so then he can gain separation throughout. You see what I mean? Because that's man coverage. Because it's man coverage. You see what I mean? So you see how he actually he drives his body into the guy, and then he creates the separation, and then he finds the hole, and then he catches the ball. You see? See how he initiates contact here? You're going to see him right about... I'm going to stop it. Let me know when it freezes for you. Is it frozen? All right. So right here, he starts leaning into the guy. He actually puts his hand up. He initiates contact with the guy. He pushes off. And he finds the window and makes the catch. Strong hands right there. Whoa. I don't know how he launched that. Looks like he got hit in the eyeball or something there. You see that? Huh. So weird. Look at this. I don't know. I know. Because he used his body, right? So he brought the ball in and he just secured it between his body and his arms. Look at this. Watch this pattern he's about to run. Oh. That guy went 10 yards into the end zone. Did you see that? Zip. And then the quarterback decided he was going to get smashed. Not smart. So what technique is this? Right here. What block technique is this? Runoff, yep. Alright. Oh, jeez. Started to snow apparently during this game. That's weird. Did you see that? Snow came out of nowhere. Halftime. No, maybe not halftime. I don't know. That's strange. It's snowing like crazy now, though. Oof, I did not miss the snow. All right. Oh, what's this technique called? Yep, crack down. And the thing about this is because it's man coverage, it's a 2-for-1. Because that guy's trailing you and you don't have to block him. And you also get in the safety as well. You see what I mean? Pretty good deal, right? Woo. This game's getting a little sloppy. Now let's watch this release. Watch this release at the bottom of the screen real quick, right here. So again, he gets the guy to freeze, and then he blows by him. You see that? Get your man to freeze, and then get by him. Wow. Quick. Hard cover. Number 9 did a good job there, though. But that's the whole idea right there, what we were talking about. Quickness at the line and avoid contact. That is the whole point of today. Quickness at the line of scrimmage and avoiding contact. Zip. Blast off, right? So. All right. So that's that. Let me finish this up.